doing my first video blog, and I wanted to talk about calorie awareness. Um, Dr. Yoni Friedhoff, who's an obesity expert in Canada, kind of put this idea into my head after a really good article he wrote, and I'll link you up with that below. But anyways, he was talking about having an awareness of what you're eating, and not having that awareness can kind of lead you down a road that you might not want to go to, which would be obesity, heart disease, diabetes, whatever it is. And a lot of people just aren't aware of what they're putting in their bodies and how many calories there are. Story from a couple of days ago, I was just at White Spot with my mom and my girlfriend, and we were just looking at the calorie content of some of our favorite meals on MyFitnessPal, and it was pretty funny because it's hard to find something at White Spot that's less than like 800 calories. Everything's super high, and I'm not trying to trash White Spot because it's one of my favorite restaurants. Their burgers are unreal, but if you don't know what the calorie content is or what the macronutrient breakdown is of foods that you're putting in your body on a regular basis, that can lead to problems down the road because, well, obviously if you're eating too many calories, then you're going to gain weight and all the bad things that can come along with that if you're doing that chronically, such as weight gain, etc. What I just want to talk about is kind of how to develop that awareness. And me personally, over the years of just bodybuilding and figuring out how many calories I needed for my goals, and now I'm in powerlifting, but I still have to make sure that my body weight doesn't climb up too high. Otherwise, I'll be in a different weight class. So, anyways, but I know the general amount of calories in the foods that I eat the most often, and I think that's really important for people to know because you should have a general awareness of what you're putting in your body, so that if the time comes that you're starting to gain weight, you'll know what you may or may not need to cut out of your diet. And this seems pretty simple to probably a lot of people, but to a lot of other people, I don't think it'll seem so simple and straightforward. But have some sort of awareness of what you're putting into your body. That doesn't mean you have to track everything you eat every single day, but you should at least check labels every now and then if there's something you eat on a weekly basis or a restaurant you eat on a weekly basis. Just scan the menu, see if you can see the nutritional information, just see what you're putting in, see if it fits with your goals. If you're trying to lose weight, and you're eating 3 meals a day, for instance, you probably should be trying to keep meals that are, say, 1,500 calories to a minimum, because if you're eating that on a regular basis 3 times a day, unless you're completely jacked, you're going to gain weight, and that's not what you want to do. And by the same token, if you are trying to gain weight, you should also have calorie awareness. You see all these people always complaining about how they're hard gainers and how they can't gain weight. And I've had a couple clients like that, and I look at I'm try and make sure that people track their calories, just because it gives me the most accurate description of what they're putting into their bodies. And I've had people who are eating like 2,000 calories a day trying to gain weight, and unless you're like a complete beginner and you're incredibly small, and I'm talking 120 pounds, even at 120 pounds, 2,000 calories is not that much. So you need to know how many calories you're putting in for gaining weight as well as losing weight. And it's good to know if you're just trying to maintain your weight as well, what maybe your general calorie intake is for your maintenance weight. So yeah, that's it for today. Later.